Hello there, seeker. Have you ever felt overwhelmed by life's ups and downs? One moment everything is great, the next you are stressed and anxious, or you're tossed around by your emotions like a ship in a storm? So let me share with you about a philosophy called Stoicism that can help to navigate the unpredictability of life with more inner calm and wisdom. The core principles of Stoicism have valuable lessons about going with the flow, focusing on what can be controlled, and finding inner peace no matter what comes the way. Are you intrigued? In this video, we will dive into this fascinating ancient philosophy. I will be breaking down the key concepts and how they can help to change your mindset and live life to the fullest. If you're interested in building resilience, overcoming negative emotions, and being the captain of your own ship, then this video is for you. Let's set sail. In 300 BC, a very wealthy merchant called Zeno of Citium lost his whole wealth in a catastrophic shipwreck. His ship sank along with all of his precious cargo. Due to this single event, which was entirely beyond Zeno's control, the previously so rich man lost everything in an instant. Imagine you were Zeno. How would you have reacted if your entire life's work had been destroyed in an instant by the forces of nature? What would be the proper reaction in such a situation? Would anger be appropriate? Grief? The feeling that fate had cheated you? For most of us, these would be normal reactions, but Zeno thought differently. As the founder of Stoicism, he showed fortitude. Even a small change in mindset can have great effects and change our lives. The core of Stoicism is acceptance and composure. After Zeno had read the works of great philosophers like Socrates, he developed and taught the ideas of Stoicism. In his view, while we have little influence on what happens, we certainly have influence on how we deal with it. This control over ourselves we must use. Instead of grieving over the stroke of fate, Zeno maintained calm and neutrality. Nowadays, Stoics are often seen as people who cannot be shaken. But at its core, Stoicism was much more than just detached composure. It was a philosophy of life to understand the world and find one's place in it. This perspective has endured for centuries. The teachings of the Stoics are still relevant today. They help us learn from negative experiences and see things from a new perspective. Due to their individual experiences, every person has a different view of the world. Since the Stoics publicly discussed and taught their ideas, they were widely known. Their wisdom should be accessible to all, not just a small elite. So anyone from slave to emperor could become a Stoic, and many did. Among the most famous Stoics are Epictetus, who was once a slave, the philosopher Seneca, and the emperor Marcus Aurelius, one of the most powerful men in history. The early Stoics lived their ideals of equality. They even coined the term cosmopolitan world citizen. Today we associate this with multicultural cities like New York or London, but the Stoics meant that all people are one. In the time of its founding, women were not allowed to study philosophy, but the Stoics thought differently. They encouraged women to spread their teachings. Why can the ideas of the Stoics inspire people today? In our uncertain world, emotions often lead us astray. Yet the Stoics teach to accept strokes of fate with equanimity. Accept the unexpected and be prepared. Practice self-restraint even when advertising constantly stirs up new desires. Find values within yourself that are independent of external circumstances. Look for a deeper meaning in life rather than losing yourself in superficialities. Pause when fate strikes and seek the right perspective. Remain true to your principles, then calm will descend upon you. Have confidence in your own strength. The obstacles of today only makes you stronger for tomorrow. Go your way, friend, and have courage. The best in you is yet to be discovered. As the famous Roman philosopher Seneca once wrote, by living simply, we open up space in our lives for what truly matters. We ought to root our contentment in our inherent worth as human beings, not in what we possess. We must choose to face life with level-headedness, regardless of fortune's whims. For no matter our wants, we cannot control what life hands us. Yet, we have full command over our reactions. Herein lies the crux of Stoic philosophy, the dichotomy of control. As Epictetus stated, our chief task is to distinguish what we can and cannot control. I must know the difference so I can accept the limits of my power. The Stoics teach that we should not judge ourselves by what we cannot change, but by what we can. Aspiration is good, but despair when hopes are dashed is pointless to the Stoic. Creating videos may seem simpler than ruling an empire, but brings challenges too. You work hard perfecting an idea, research it, start over when it's lacking. Script, shoot, edit, choose a title, thumbnail. Fully in charge until you click upload. Then your work is at the whim of algorithms beyond your influence. Many peg their online success to fickle metrics like views or followers. But Stoics say, appraise your work by the care invested, not fleeting external benchmarks. Living simply means escaping society's false ideals. Imagine toiling tirelessly at work for months, convinced a promotion is deserved. When it's denied, you are crushed, assuming inadequacy. But what if the boss was preoccupied? Someone else excelled? Funds were short? The reason is opaque, yet you are demoralized. With the right mindset, you had have persisted, unfazed, confident in the merit of your work. Your goal would be delayed, not denied. Reframing our thinking is key. The genuine Stoic measures success not in wealth, but contentment few riches can rival. Stoics uphold 4 core virtues: wisdom, courage, moderation and justice. Wisdom is seeing events clearly and responding thoughtfully. As Frankl wrote, between stimulus and response lies freedom to choose. Courage means to persist and resist. Restraint conveys much in few words, though billionaires view for more. Stoics seek only what is enough. Justice matters most. Since we are all fellow travelers, we ought not harm, but help one another. Mandela spent 27 years confined for opposing apartheid. up in release, he avoided retribution, urging South Africans to move beyond the past and unite. Despite the injustice inflicted on him, he responded with trademark Stoic grace, which he has found in the works of Marcus Aurelius. Stoic principles form the bedrock of cognitive therapies, which refute irrational thoughts and build emotional resilience. They remind us that within suffering lies meaning if we have the courage to seek it. Healing our happiness requires training our minds. By focusing on what we can manage, not what we cannot, life's storms become rideable. Though the sea may swallow us, we will have sailed a worthy voyage. This said, we will come to an end. But before we go, here are a few questions for you. Do you think that suppressing emotions is really healthy, or should we express them? Does Stoicism encourage passivity and acceptance of injustice? Is the Stoic way of pleasure and pain compatible with human nature? Does focusing on what you can control actually limit your ambition? Does Stoicism conflict with our religious or spiritual beliefs? And can radical acceptance lead people to remain in abusive situations? Please let your thoughts and ideas in the comments, and if you like this kind of content, consider to like, subscribe and share with your friends, and let me know if you'd like to hear more about Stoicism. For example, what Marcus Aurelius' findings were. Until our next exploration, take care, my friend, and may the wisdom guide your path. For as always, everything is.